Hi, thanks for joining us for another edition of Money TV. I'm Donald Baillargeon. So glad you could join us. Money TV being the program all about money and what makes it happen. And all the talk this week is whether or not the recovery is slowing down. Investors worldwide are growing concerned about the health of the U.S. economy after the Federal Reserve said the pace of the economic recovery was showing signs of doing just that. Now, many people use the Dow Jones Industrial Average as a benchmark for deciding whether the stock market is healthy or not. Seems every time the Dow has begun to approach and touch the 11,000 plateau, worrisome news has come along to knock it back a bit, sometimes more than a bit, as we experienced here in the middle of this week. Now, after saying the pace of the recovery was unusually uncertain, Fed Chairman Ben Bernanke indicated the Fed is going to start buying government bonds. The goal is to try to cut interest rates on mortgages and on corporate loans, hoping that it'll increase borrowing and help the economy grow faster. But that could also drive the price of treasuries so high and their yields so low, they'll no longer become attractive as investments. Now, if that happens, we might see traders begin to move into riskier assets that have the potential for bigger profits, like corporate debt and stocks. It's really all about perception right now, and ultimately investor and consumer confidence. Disappointing news from key measures like gross domestic product and employment have pointed to a slowing recovery in the U.S., but analysts have been mixed about whether the economy could slow down to the point of falling back into recession. Now, the U.S. trade deficit widened in June to its highest level in nearly 2 years. That's a sign that U.S. manufacturers could be slowing down from their robust showing earlier this year. Earnings season, however, has been demonstrating healthy gains from many companies, most recently Disney and Macy's, the latter being a good sign that consumers are out there buying. Bottom line, if small businesses are still able to access capital for expansion and consumers can still get financing for large purchases like homes, cars, and appliances, the recovery will take care of itself because that will create and sustain jobs. And an economy with plenty of jobs chugs along quite nicely without government control or intervention. Now, here's something else that chugs along quite nicely. It's our toll-free number, 888-259-4449. That's good from anywhere in the world you're watching the program. When you do call, be sure and ask to be added to the subscription list of our Money TV newsletter. Again, 888-259-4449. You can also text Money TV to go800 or 46800. You can visit us at moneytv.net. And please follow us at Facebook and Twitter.